It's election day in the city of Pullman. Now, if you're new to our community or new to this process, here's a few things that you should know. Now, Washington is a vote by mail state, which means that you should have gotten an envelope like this in the last 2 weeks. Any ballot that is mailed or dropped off by Tuesday, November 7th will be counted. In order to ensure equal representation, the city of Pullman is divided into 3 voting wards for city council positions. Ward 1 makes up the majority of Sunnyside and Military Hills. Ward 2 is College Hill, including the University District and apartment land. And finally, Ward 3 covers Pioneer Hill and the remainder of campus. Each ward has 2 city councilors with staggered terms so that they don't all turn over at once. There's also one at-large position that represents the entire town, which means that your ballot includes the city council seat in the ward that you live in, plus the at-large and mayor position. Now, this is what our city council looks like today. Nathan and Becky represent Ward 2 in College Hill. Francis and Ann represent Ward 1 on the west side of town. Megan and Pat both represent Ward 3. Eileen is currently serving in the at-large position. And then we have Mayor Johnson retiring this year after 20 years. Of the people in this photo, these are the ones whose seats are currently up for grabs. Although now that I think about it, Nathan is running unopposed, so he's going to keep his seat. Ann Parks did have someone running for her seat, but that person dropped out, so she's going to keep her seat as well. Now, both Eileen and Frances ran for mayor earlier this fall. Frances advanced to the primary, but Eileen did not. And since her at-large term ends this year, she'll be off the council in 2024. She's served for many years and done a lot for the community, and we should all be grateful. Francis, on the other hand, is running for mayor in the middle of his Ward 1 term, which means that even if he loses his bid for mayor, he'll still be on the city council. Pat is a longtime incumbent who's being challenged by CJ Robert. CJ owns the Pups and Cups coffee shop downtown and previously owned the laser tag arena on South Grand. Both CJ and Pat have materials online in the voter's guide. I encourage you to read up on both candidates if you're voting in Ward 3. Vying for the vacated at-large position, we have Eric Fajarin and Holly Greystone. Now remember, this is the at-large position, so everybody in Pullman gets to vote for one of these 2 candidates. Both of them have written materials in the election guide and online. I don't know either one of these candidates personally, but Eric has been around and he's run for several positions before. We probably differ in our politics, but I don't doubt for a minute his commitment to our community. So much of being a civic leader is simply showing up, and Eric has shown up, so he's got my vote. But again, please read up on the candidates and make an informed decision. Finally, we have the main event, the mayor of Pullman, featuring Deb McNeil and Francis Benjamin. Both these candidates are longtime Pullman residents with deep roots in the community. And I don't have any doubts about either one of them's commitment to Pullman's long-term future. However, there are some major differences in the candidates' experience and leadership. I recommend that you read up on their materials, both on the voter's guide and on the candidates' websites. And if you want to do a really deep dive, check out the League of Women Voters Mayoral Forum from a few weeks ago. There's a playlist of videos where the candidates answer questions on a variety of subjects. It offers great insight into the way they think and problem solve. But most importantly, make sure you get out there and vote. Remember, all ballots need to be turned in or mailed by 8 p.m. on Tuesday, November 7th. Let's make this our highest turnout ever here in Whitman County. And thanks for watching.